Welcome to the Erin Wilson Show. I'm Erin, designer, creative strategist, intuitive, and the CEO of Erin Rachel Designs. This is a space for reflection, insights, and storytelling, with the intention of giving you the keys you need to unlock your creative potential and become the creative CEO of your own life. Here comes the sun. Da, 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 da. I don't know where you are in the world right now, but the sun is coming out. Spring is here, flowers are blooming, and it's really making me so excited for the warmer months. And I always feel like I come back to life with the spring. I do love fall and winter. I think they serve a really beautiful purpose of helping us slow down. But the sun is out. We don't have air conditioning, so it's already getting toasty in here. That's okay. I went for a walk today to the grocery store and back, and I found myself feeling a bit uncomfortable and agitated with the heat, mainly because we just got back from Mexico and I have these little bites on my legs. I think they're from sand flies or something. It's like a mosquito bite, but itchier, and you don't notice them happening, and it can come up a few days later. Super fun, but they're so itchy. And the dress that I wore today, every step I took, the back of the dress grazed against them. And with the heat, they were just getting more itchy. So I was like, I'm uncomfortable, and that's okay. Really trying not to resist whatever I'm feeling at the time and allowing it to be my experience. It really helped me get through the walk and get back home. But yeah, we just went to Mexico, got back a couple days ago. As the trip was winding down and we're getting ready to go back home, I had the thought of I really want to bring the experience of being on vacation into my everyday life so that it doesn't have to be such a contrast where vacation is something we yearn so desperately for, and then once we're there, it can take so long to actually start to relax. By the time you start to feel relaxed, it's pretty much time to go home again. And I know that this is not a novel idea of like making every day of your life feel like a vacation. I know that many people have talked about this before and thought of ways to do that, but it's something that I really want to work on in my own life. And that can look like so many different things. For example, I walked to the grocery store with the intention of buying myself some flowers and a snack. And then coming back, putting my flowers in a vase. And so I picked out these red carnations. And they were on sale for like $7.99. And those little luxuries don't have to cost a lot of money, but make a big difference in your daily experience. Obviously, it's great to support local florists. Shout out to Flora Technics, my cousin's flower shop in Whitby, Oshawa, in Ontario. Highly recommend checking them out. But, anyways, that's just an example of how treating yourself to luxury and beauty and things that make you feel joy and comfort and whatever else you feel you need more of. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money. It doesn't have to take a lot of time. And then it becomes kind of routine. Your standard for yourself elevates over time. And I wanted to buy myself these flowers because my first day back to work tomorrow after being on vacation. And I just want a little something to put on my desk to just help that transition back into work mode. I also feel like having flowers around the house reminds me of the beauty in the world. And when I look at them, it makes me want to pause and take it in and be more present. And I'm actually feeling quite excited to go back to work. I'm shifting my priorities a little bit. So I'm going to be focusing more on building my business and a little less on the client facing side of things. So it's a bit of a financial leap of faith with the universe, and I've been just feeling really called to make that, and I feel that I have a really solid foundation to do so. I'm in a good spot, and I because I've built my team, I can keep work going without having to be so hands-on, which is really the dream, and I'm so grateful to have that help and support. But I'm feeling really excited and motivated to bring some of these ideas that are in my head into, like, grounded down into reality. One of which is the book I'm working on that I've talked about in other episodes. I actually worked a little bit on that while I was away, really just writing a couple of chapters, really trying not to force it, just to do that when the inspiration strikes me. So I was really excited that it did when I was away. And so I think that those two chapters are going to have a little extra special energy to them because of where I was when I wrote them. Like, I was sitting in the sun in this beautiful place, taking care of myself, relaxing. And I think that energy is going to come through the words that people will read on the other side of that. That brings me to, as well, something that's been on my mind lately around ley lines. I don't really know a lot about the topic or how to explain it in a way that does it justice, but the general theory that there are places in the world where I think everyone can feel more spiritually or energetically activated, but there's also, like, for example, Sedona, Arizona is a place that's known for that. But then there's also places in the world that we as individuals might feel called to visit. And that can be for our own personal evolution in our journey. And listening to and honoring and taking action on that call is another leap of faith where it's like, it costs money to travel. You have to take time out from your daily life, which can be logistically challenging, and go out of your comfort zone and be somewhere where potentially the culture is quite different. But it's something that has been on my mind a lot lately. And I feel even going and staying at an all inclusive resort in Mexico was something that I felt really called to do. I specifically felt called to go there, even though I've been before. And I think it was exactly what I needed. And there's most likely ways that being in that location and absorbing that energy is affecting me without my awareness. And that brings me back to, again, so many little connecting loops of, as I mentioned in an earlier episode, feeling called to visit France. I don't know specifically, like, all the different locations I would want to go to, but I just generally feel called to visit there, and I ask the universe for something that would invite me to go there. It's like an invitation to make it clear that I'm meant to go there. And I've had these little signs along the way, and I'm kind of toying with the thought or the idea that the sign that I need is just this intense call to go. And maybe that's all that I'm supposed to receive. That is the invitation, is an internal knowing. We saw 1111 on my phone as I said that. And so I haven't specifically received, like, an invitation external to me to go. But again, the leap of faith concept is something that I really just have to decide for myself, and to trust that if I make that commitment to make that trip, maybe some extra funds will suddenly show up to go towards it, or I'll start to receive signs for particular places I'm supposed to go. Maybe I'm supposed to meet someone really important there that I wouldn't otherwise. So there's a big element of trust in yourself, in what your intuition is telling you, and trust in something greater, that we end up being in the right places at the right times, meeting the right people, having the right experiences, that we're meant to evolve in the way that we need to in this life. And I think there's all these little gifts and opportunities, almost like a video game. You're going down this path, and if you jump this way, you'll grab this little bundle of something, a little gift that you can put in your backpack and use when you need to. I think life is like that. And we do have the free will and the ability to choose whether we go for that or not. And if we don't, the opportunity may continue to present itself until we grab it, or our path just evolves to the standard that we're setting for ourselves. And neither is right or wrong, it's just a choice. I actually had a little download come through last night around the ley lines and travel concept, that there are these places that I feel really called to go because, similar to the video game concept, if I listen to and honor those calls, it's going to build up my personal power faster or deeper or at a level that I may not be able to if I stay put, or it may just take a lot longer. So it's an opportunity to say yes to yourself, say yes to stepping into that more powerful version of yourself. And that doesn't just have to apply to travel, that could be a job opportunity, it could be a relationship, it could be a project that you feel called to start, it could be sharing something, it could be so many different things, it could be even saying something that's on your mind to someone. You just really don't know how much something, even the smallest thing, can shift the way the rest of your journey unfolds. That wouldn't be possible if you didn't take that leap. One of the chapters of my book I just channeled while I was on vacation was actually about taking a leap of faith and about trusting. So I think I'll actually go get that now and read what I wrote as a little sneak peek into what the chapters of my book are going to be like and what might be there for you to discover. So, when the tides shift, release control, relax the body, clear the busy mind, allow yourself the gift of surrender. Trust that it is not a punishment, but a divine redirection that will carry you to the ultimate reward. Who are we to question the wisdom and strength of powers greater than us? Known or unknown, it does not matter. The humble human's test is to trust, to leap without the answers, but with faith that we will not only be caught, but caressed and celebrated for our bravery. The courage to fall into the unknown is the hardest summon and is equally rewarded in abundance and success. You are being called to plunge into the depths of the unknown. Where will the tides carry you? The answer lives on the other side of your courage. With courage, faith, and trust, I leap into the great unknown. I'll leave you with that. Thanks for joining me.